Sometimes in life, actions speak louder than words, and the NFL sent a very clear message to the Chiefs after the schedule reveal, and in this video, I'm going to unpack and break it all down. But if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Michael Darcy, and you are watching the KC Sports Report. Do me a big time favor and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs coverage. So I'm sure that most of you are pretty amped up after the schedule reveal, and I am too. I think the Chiefs are going to have a great opportunity to win 14 or 15 games, get that 1 seed, and hopefully get back to the Super Bowl. But I think the big message the NFL was trying to show us is that the Chiefs are the top dogs in the NFL. And the way that this is shown, they have the most primetime games in the NFL with 7. The Chiefs have 7 primetime games, and they technically have 8 primetime games, with that other one being on Thanksgiving. And they've got more primetime games than the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, and the Washington Commanders. All 3 of those teams have 6 primetime games, and the Chiefs technically have 8. And I think that if you just look at the Chiefs' schedule, whether it is Week 1 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, whether it's Thanksgiving against the Cowboys, whether it's Christmas Day against the Broncos, the Chiefs are getting massive games, whether it is internationally or on holidays. The Chiefs are starting to become a team that play on Christmas every year. This is going to be the 3rd time in the last 3 seasons the Chiefs have played on Christmas Day, and who knows if this is something that continues going, but I think that this list shows you that the Chiefs are the top dog. The Chiefs are the team that everybody wants to watch, the team that makes the NFL the most money, and it's why they have the most primetime games. In fact, I think they have the most primetime games out of any team in NFL history. I think the limit going into this offseason was 6 primetime games. And as you see by that list, the Chiefs are going to have 7. And if that's not a testament to the dominant success that this organization has had over the past 6-7 years, this is why they have turned into the premier brand in the NFL. The Bengals didn't get 6 primetime games. The Buffalo Bills didn't get 6 primetime games, followed by the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs are the premier team, not only in the AFC, but in the NFL. And I do want to hear from you guys down in the comments section below. What do you think of this list? I'm local. I'm from Kansas City, and so, the late starts don't really bother me. I enjoy watching the primetime games. It beats getting up and watching the early game at noon. But I know that for some of the fans on the East Coast and West Coast, the time difference and with the games being so late at night, they're all primetime, it makes it difficult for some fans to watch. But I think that the NFL showed you not just in the primetime games, the Chiefs have a lot of 325 kickoffs. That game against the Ravens is going to be a 325 kick. The game against the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, that's not a primetime game. That's a 325 kickoff. And so even the games the Chiefs are not in primetime, they are in the preferred time slot. They've got the later game, and that's by design. There's a reason why the Chiefs don't play at noon too often, and it's because they are the sought-after franchise in the NFL. That's why all of their games are later. And I love all these primetime games. And I think one of the questions we're going to have to ask and, answer after the break, have the Chiefs become the Dallas Cowboys? Have the Chiefs become America's team? Are they the most successful franchise in the NFL, at least right now? I don't really know who could argue that, but we're starting to see the Chiefs turn from a local brand to an international brand to a worldwide brand. This is something that, as long as the Chiefs continue winning, they put themselves, in the conversation of being a Green Bay Packers historically, a Dallas Cowboys historically, a New England Patriots, a Pittsburgh Steelers. The Chiefs have had more success than all of those teams over the last 6 or 7 seasons. But after the break, we'll talk more about, what this means for revenue and also just how it's going to impact, the win-losses on the season. But really quickly, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of this video. This video is sponsored by DM Injury Law. Have you ever been injured in an accident? You may be entitled to significant compensation, but you need to act fast. DM Injury Law is Kansas City and Missouri's trusted personal injury firm with offices across Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. With over $600 million recovered for thousands of clients, they have the experience and firepower needed to take your case all the way to trial. DM Law is a full-service firm backed by a powerful team of investigators, case managers, and medical record specialists that are all focused on one thing: getting you the compensation you deserve. The best part, you don't pay unless they win. DM Law works on a contingency fee basis and offers free consultations, so there is no risk in making the call. Let them handle the fight while you focus on recovery. Heard in a car wreck? Call Mike. Remember, Mike's got this. You can contact DM Injury Law today by phone or online to schedule your free consultation. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Thank you to DM Injury Law for sponsoring this video. The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be. With over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet sportsbook, there are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Huge shout out to the sponsors that support this channel all off season long. But getting back into the main portion of this video, all of the primetime games are going to help the Chiefs with revenue. I mean, the more eyeballs, the more money the NFL makes, and in turn, the more money that the Chiefs will make. But I think if we just kind of look at the schedule, and we'll do a deep dive into the schedule and talk about, wins and losses, a couple of the Chiefs primetime games are going to be very, I don't want to say layups, but for the most part, they're not going to be that difficult. The first primetime game that the Chiefs play is, I guess excluding the Chargers in Brazil, is a Sunday Night Football game against the New York Giants. The Giants are god-awful. They're not going to win that football game. And then the next primetime game they play is the Jaguars on Monday Night Football. And, the Jaguars were kind of up and down. Maybe they'll be good this year. I doubt it. I mean, they got a new coach, a new GM. Trevor Lawrence is good, but there's a lot of question marks surrounding that Jacksonville team. And so the Chiefs are going to have, a pretty difficult schedule. We talked about that yesterday in the schedule release, reaction. But they're going to have a chance, to win these primetime games in the spotlight. Hopefully the Chiefs' offense will be much better and the games will be more entertaining to watch. We've already seen some of the analysts that are writing off this Chiefs team, saying they're going to miss the playoffs, saying they're not going to win the division. We're going to talk about all that nonsense in another video, but I think that what this graph shows you, the Chiefs are by far and away the most successful franchise in the NFL over the past decade. They have had more success than, anyone arguably in a 7-year time frame. And I think that really goes to show you why they're getting so many looks in the primetime slot. So many games at 325. I haven't actually gone ahead and look. I'll go ahead and look right now for you guys. They've got the first noon game that they play is against the Raiders. The next noon game they play is against the Colts, followed by the Chargers and Titans. So whenever the Chiefs play at noon, it's because the team they are playing sucks. So it just goes to show you that if the Chiefs are playing anybody that is expected to be good, that game's going to be on prime time. That game's going to be at 325. And I think that this is just such a good thing for the Chiefs, organization as a whole. This is going to attract, more fans, more, people who watch and root for the Chiefs. And this is going to help, everybody involved. I mean, this is the kind of stuff they did for the Dallas Cowboys, 30, 40 years ago. They were the ones that originally wanted to play, on Thanksgiving, and look what it did for the brand. The Cowboys haven't been good since the 90s. So the Chiefs have a chance here, over this next, couple seasons to continue building on what they started. And who knows if they win a couple more Super Bowls, if we're going to have a very interesting conversation about who is America's team, who is the top dog in the NFL, who is the best franchise in the NFL. that could be your Kansas City Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a very exciting thing. So Chiefs Kingdom, that is all the time I have in this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs coverage. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching this video, and as always, go Chiefs.